Okay, shop date time. Today, Wednesday, hump day, July, whatever. My car's here. My dad just left in the F10, Kenan left in the E39, so we're down two. This is a new one. I will film a little bit of that here in a minute. I think the M3 and the 530 should be around the corner here. Yep, M3 and 530. Been working on the M-Tech today. Yesterday we resealed all the vapor barriers. I forgot to mention that last night. So we peeled all those off, picked off all the goop, the butyl tape. And if you're wondering, an entire car's worth of butyl tape looks like this. Super sticky. So 3 of them were clearly bad. The front driver's one had been done before, though it was starting to fail in some places. So it was good that we did that one preventatively. So all the vapor barriers have been resealed, put everything back, torqued everything to spec. 3 of the door panels have been reinstalled. I've got one gluing inside. I had to do, no, it's right here. No, this is a 7 Series door panel. This is off the E38 where we got the wrong sunshade. Fun fact, the E38 has these upgraded little clips that have these rubber gasket things on them. I don't know if that makes much of a difference or not, but it's cool. I might try those on the E39. They should work. I'm sure they didn't want to drill 2 different sized holes. So in here is this door panel. We have to re-glue this pocket because that had completely come off. It should be about dry by now. I'm using a C-clamp to hold that corner down and then 2 dead DSP amps to do the rest of it. I use an Elmer's wood glue on that. That's what's recommended. So I'm actually, let's see how we did. Take this amp off and release the Charlie clamp. It falls apart every time I use it. And yeah, that is not dry yet up there. I'll let that continue to set. That's been there for about 5 hours though. I'm surprised those are, because it's just thick glue. Whatever. Additionally, I've got to re-glue up here. The black vinyl goes on this particle board, whatever. So that'll have to get re-glued as well. Normal stuff. Some updates out here. This has been one of these projects that just carries on for months and months and months because you can't get anybody to do any work. Check this out. We're looking more professional in here. We finally have some branding. So this is the view right as you walk into the shop. We've got the colors, we've got the name nice and big up there, keeping our whatever degree slants. I really like that. Here we're gonna have 2 really large posters. There's gonna be a 3rd one over there above the couch. And then some non-dead plants will need to be brought in here. And I think our business licensing things are gonna come over here. We're required to have those in public view. And for the past few months, they've been in here, which is a Bureau of Automotive Repair license, a dismantler's permit, a seller's permit, and a business license for 2 different businesses here in the city of Escondido. Those are the posters that are going to be hung up there. Eventually, I'd love to paint this room a different color and get rid of the smoker's tooth yellow walls in here. I've got a whole bunch of stuff to hang up over there that is pending. I have a new trash can. That's a long story. That was a dead wheel anyways. Don't worry, we didn't kill a 65. I don't think we need anything on that wall. Color speaks for itself. Somewhere, I've got to hang it. I've got to hang this. I'm not sure where. It's probably going to be out here. Though I'd like it to be a little bit more visible than say that wall, or maybe it'll go there. I also have that M6 framed Turner race car, so that'll get hung up. That's what's going on inside. This is the little detail bay I kind of set up a week or 2 ago. These are 5-gallon jugs that we have now mixed with our professional concentrate wash mist from Elite Finish. So when I want to fill this, I just don't trust this valve. That's why it's upright. I'll just rotate it down like this and open the valve, fill up your jug, and close the valve. And this should be enough for, we figure, about 1.5 years worth of waterless washing. I've got towels. This is detail supplies up in here. In fact, the towels need to be put back. This is all the car stuff. On the right is shop stuff, cleaning supplies and materials, and that sort of stuff. Back out here. LED lights are in. The retrofit has been completed. We took out all of the old, their T8 CFL compact fluorescent tubes. Those are long gone. These are retrofit lights that bolt in the old housings. They don't need a 40-pound ballast anymore. We can't get anybody to install them, so we had to go and put an ad on Craigslist and have some guy come out and put them in. He did a good job. So before, about a third of them, maybe a quarter of them didn't work. Now, of course, all of them work because they're brand new. Each one, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so forth. Each one is 10,400 lumens. So this place is lit up way, way, way better than it used to be. Now we're gonna add some more lights too. Up here during the daytime in the summer and long days, not a problem. We got a big skylight. So you don't really need a light there. But in the winter, as it starts to get dark here, approaching 6 o'clock, this corner of the shop is always darker. So we're gonna add 4 more lights. They're different because the retrofits only go in old housings. We don't have old housings here. We're adding new ones. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hopefully that's enough. It should be for this relatively small space. Really, if I had it my way, I would add another 4 here on that joist, but there is a conduit pipe there, and I think we're gonna be okay. I could also get up on the roof. We have a key for ladder access and clean out these skylights because we could probably get a bunch more light off that if we scraped off all the dead bugs and shit. So, M-Tech, we're waiting on the door panel. I'll get that done. We'll put it back on. I've got to flush the power steering system one more time, I think. We'll see how it feels. I just put on the new underbelly pan. That is a brand new M5/M-Tech underbelly pan. All new hardware with the axial retaining clips. Every screw fastens, you know me. We've got new pork chop fender liners that I put in quite a while ago. That's when I figured out how to make this right. And these are the vented ones that have the little hole for the brake duct in there. On both sides, all new hardware. Front bumper could use paint. Car's filthy right now, excuse that. It hasn't been washed since we drove it here from Seattle. But he ordered new Hella Euro headlights from me. He just had them delivered to him in Florida. He's gonna put them in himself later, so that'll be nice. We got the floor mats inside. We did the rear wishbones. So those control arms there are new. We rebuilt the drive shaft. I mean, all the usual shit, right? Like you got a new mount here. Yeah, the underside could use a cleaning. New flex disc, trans mounts, all the usual stuff. So really we're coming up on the end here. We've got a couple pieces of missing hardware to replace under the hood. I need to flush the brakes one more time after we get ABS some action. With an M5 rear bumper, and it is an M5 rear bumper, the diffuser is what is different, seeing that it only has the one exhaust outlet. BMW, interestingly, chose to use the exact same inner rear fender liners that were used on the 525, 28, 30, 35, 40, etc. And that yields a kind of a fitment issue here. And I've worked on this. I tried to improve that. I can't, so I thought it was the wrong fender liner. I looked it up. The M5 specific ones designed for this bumper are only applicable to the M5. Why? Because they have a heat shield here, because the muffler's right here. The M5 mufflers are independently heat shielded. They have a little thing that goes over the entire pack of mufflers on both sides, so the fender liners do not have that responsibility. Could you do that here? Maybe, but I think that's why BMW chose to use the standard liners and why they don't fit very well. That's just an M-Tech thing. If anybody knows better, let me know, but that's all I can come up with. This VIN decodes to the 261 and 262 part number rear fender liners, which are not M5 liners, but are 3 times the cost. I just replaced mine, I know. So we're not far from getting this car done and on its way to its new home in Orlando, Florida. Owned by the same guy is this 530, which has been really low on gas for a while. We've taken care of that. I finally got the cluster issue figured out. We had a speedometer that was really badly calibrated after we got the new pixels in. So that's fixed. We need to do at least the rear vapor barriers. I probably want to do all 4. That's what I'm going to recommend to the customer. It's by the time you fix door panels, it's about $500 to do a full car's worth. But it's worth it because then it doesn't leak. And this is a really freaking nice car, as I've said a million times. So I think that's all we're waiting on here. We already got the alignment done, so that thing's pretty much ready to go. And yes, he's gonna have that rear tint removed in Orlando. He's got a tint guy out there, so that will no longer look like shit. Moving forwards, the 2 new cars that we got in yesterday, actually. We'll start with the E39. This is the 01 M5 owned by one of my clients that he just sold, and another one of my clients who lives up in the Washington, Seattle area picked it up and had it sent to me. So we're gonna do a bunch of work on this. We did an MPI already. This was the car with 111,111 miles. Actually 112, but I got to roll back to 111. So we're gonna do some reconditioning. We're gonna do some driveline service. We're gonna fix a whole bunch of interior stuff. that will just make a huge difference to the way the car presents itself. I think that's the old original like Mark III firmware. What is this? Yeah, look at that. This is an 01, so it should be a Mark III. Yeah, 3-1/21. So I'll definitely get that upgraded to the guy. You know, I like to do a couple little bonus things like that just for fun at no cost, because that makes a huge difference. It doesn't take me much time. So he's put about 46 miles on it or 36. I can't do the math. Since I last saw it. And hopefully he included the original mirror, because I don't like that one. So this is kind of back burner. I want to get the MTAC and the 530 done before we start another entire project. That's mine. Then 2004 E60 545i, owned by an extremely enthusiastic owner up in the Orange County or Los Angeles area. And the car hasn't been driven for about 2 years. He started a huge project of revitalization and engine seals and all this work, and the transmission was off, and he decided, you know what, I don't like this torque converter. So the torque converter is no more. This is a what is it? GS653BZ? That's right. I remember GS653BZ 6-speed manual transmission that I don't know where he got it, but he's done most of the mechanicals. So it's got a custom drive shaft in it. And this is done by Drive Shaft Pros. It's got a new center support bearing, a new CV joint. The entire rear end of this car, the subframe, the differentials, the axles, the control arms, it's all E60 M5. So all of that's been upgraded to the beefier M5 components. As we can see, it has aftermarket wheels on it. I'm not sure what they are. They've got Dynon badges in there, real deep kind of offset there. 285 tires, 285 35 ZR19s all the way around. He did keep the active rear sway bar as opposed to going to the static E60 M5 sway bar. So it's got that going on. It has E60 M5 brakes, pads, rotors, calipers all the way around. It has E60 M5 genuine side mirrors. It is some of the nicest, okay, in the right light you still see imperfections, but when it's not in the right light, it is some of the nicest jet black. This is not black sapphire, that's jet black paint I've ever seen. M5 front brakes in the front. Not sure what the red pads are. Haven't dug in there yet. We're not really doing a lot of mechanical work on this car. It's mostly going to be wiring, coding, and programming for the manual conversion. Still has pre-LCI headlights. The interior is really, really, really special in this car. If I get it down later today, I'll show you guys. Those are, right? Those are facelift tails. I'm pretty damn sure those are facelift tails. That's odd to do the taillights and not the headlights. So that's the E60. It's going to be here a bit. He came down and dropped off parts. We got the exhaust today from the headers back through a secondary resonator, whatever, another resonator, and then a Dynon muffler that will be installed eventually. And that's what's going on. We have more cars coming in. You know, I didn't take appointments or reservations for about 4 to 6 weeks, and then I decided we were going to open it up again and get some more business. I opened it up for appointments. I closed it later that day. We got 6 weeks worth of work. It is insane, and I'm still totally unable to hire anyone because the pool of workers just sucks. So I'm going to keep working a little bit. At 6 o'clock, generally Wednesday, we'd be going over to Enfuego and Del Mar for Michael Tiernan Acoustic Wednesdays. He is not feeling well. Get better soon, Michael. So that's been canceled tonight, which means I am catching up on things here. Okay, last part of the update here. Inside, the glass facing out towards the parking lot is being stenciled or painted. I'm not sure exactly what the process is. I haven't been working with these guys. My dad's taken on this project. This is going to be the E39 Source logo here, just like that. And then we keep the little angles, and we're going to have some M stripes along the glass here over to the end. And then I think that's going to be a sign that has either some sort of hours, though the hours are wonky. You know, we only have the 2 employees, and I don't really want to post hours. So I think it's going to say service by appointment only. But that'll be way better than I don't know where it went. My dad moved it somewhere, but we just had a white sign with the logo printed on it to satisfy a sign requirement. This is Rick's sign. Rick runs our extra office over here and is infrequently in there, but maybe we'll grab a quote for his design too, so it would all look the same. Okay, last clip of the day. I've put the 545 down. Let's take a look. For starters, We've got BMW individual door sills all the way around. That's pretty cool. I've never seen those before. Standard black leather seats. These are heated. This guy put M5 rear seats in here that are actually heated. The center console's out right now for the manual conversion and all that, but these are going to be the wires that plug into your heated seats. So I might have to do take some pictures here and figure out how to retrofit that on ours. Take a look at this. It's got a BMW individual steering wheel. It has a full leather dashboard, at least upper. I haven't gotten to the rest of it yet. These are full leather door panels with sunshades. It has the piano black trim finished by Steinway. That's cool. Never seen that before. Come up to the front. And yeah, this is all leather. So we did the full M5 leather dash. Let's see if he did the screw covers. Ha! He didn't do the screw covers. Hack! We'll fix that for him. He's got the Denon shifter in there. More of the trim. Obviously that piece is off. It's inside the shop right now. Leather door panels. Should be the N63 B44, 46. Something like that. It's got the Dynon intake. DME box is open for obvious reasons. Showed you the muffler before. Take a peek here. This, I may have to do a feature on this. Never seen this before. It is in German, but that's not. So, teaser, we'll look at that later. What? What? How much for a pair of pants for a kid? $300.